to, you know, maintain his reputation, if you will. Do you think that's a realistic scenario?
I don't think so. I think if he does that, that will, I think, make his reputation even worse. You know, I think he now needs to stick with it. He needs to try to get some kind of run and get stability and get quiet. And the only thing that he can do is win matches. That will keep people quiet for now. How he's going to do that, don't ask me. At the moment, it doesn't look that they can buy a win. They look always that they can get a goal against.
How much of this comes down to him versus the players?
Well, he gives the instructions, and end of the day, it's his job, isn't it? So obviously the players have to go out there and do it. But they getting the platform, and then from the platform they have to put their own imagination to it in that constructive kind of way, in that disciplined kind of way. But there is something that is not clicking. There is something that is not working. And you can say, yeah, the last game, if Fernandes scores the penalty, the game can go in a different direction. But then I would turn it at how many chances did they create, how many opportunities did they create, and how many did they miss. If they would have created a lot of chances and missed them, then you can say, you know what, you're not going to keep on missing them because they are quality players. But they're not creating a lot. And that's my problem. That's my whole thing about it. They are not creating a lot of opportunities, a lot of opportunities for Sesko, for instance, you know, or for Cunha. They're not creating enough. And that for me is a big issue.
Well, there are reports linking Gareth Southgate with taking over from Amorim if he was to leave United. You know what football's like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Would that be a good fit for you?
Look, I don't like to see managers getting the sack and all that kind of stuff. But look, Gareth would be a great appointment. He's good talking to the media. He gives young players opportunities. What Manchester United stand for. He's got a brilliant playing style. You know, he wants to play good football and dominant football. He will calm it down. He will be clear. He will be clear. So in that aspect, he would be a brilliant appointment. You know,
you know him
really
well.
Get the opportunity. I don't know.
You know him well. What is he like?
As I said, he's very assured of his way, where he wants to go, and his communication skills in communicating to the people around him and the players. He's very clear at that. You know. And yeah, he gives young players opportunities. He's not afraid to give young players opportunities, and that's what Man United stands for. So in that aspect, he would be a brilliant appointment.
Well, for now, it is Amorim. I know you told me not to ask you this, but that's my job. How does he turn things around?
He needs to keep on believing.
Does he stick to what he's doing, or does he need to adapt?
I think every good manager knows how to adapt and when to adapt, and is not afraid to make changes, and has to be flexible. You know,
Ruben Amorim wants to be put out of his misery, as finger pointed at two Man United stars. Under pressure, Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has given up hope and wants to be put out of his misery, according to Chris Sutton. The United boss received sympathy for last week's defeat at Brentford, with Harry Maguire and Altay Bayender being blamed for the defeat. Man United's stance on sacking Ruben Amorim if they lose to Sunderland. Manchester United want Ruben Amorim to remain in charge at Old Trafford, and the 40-year-old has no plans to step down as head coach. It appears it would take a severe result against Sunderland to change that stance going into the international break. Speculation over Amorim's future has been bountiful following last weekend's 3-1 defeat to Brentford. The Reds are set to welcome red-hot Sunderland to Old Trafford in a crunch clash that could determine the struggling Portuguese coach's future. The position of Amorim as United's gaffer has been a hot topic of discussion in the run-up to the clash against the newly promoted side. Following last weekend's loss to Brentford, rumors are rife that Amorim could be on his way out of Old Trafford in the coming weeks. Speculation is mounting that Crystal Palace's Oliver Glasner, AFC Bournemouth's Andoni Iraola, and Brighton's Fabian Herzler could be in the running for the United job if Amorim departs. With Sunderland next up for United this season, an ex-Premier League forward is backing the visitors to triumph over Amorim's squad. United have proven unconvincing so far this season. In his Premier League predictions for this weekend, Chris Sutton has revealed why he is backing Sunderland to pile more misery on United and Amorim. He also thinks Amorim is looking like a defeated man and accused two players of letting him down. "I am not just backing them, Sunderland, for the sake of it, clearly," he told BBC Sport. "They are extremely well organized, and everything about them has been impressive. Manchester United, on the other hand, are still a mess. You can blame Ruben Amorim for that as much as you like, but when your center half is running out and taking a chance on an offside on a long ball, like Harry Maguire did for Brentford's first goal last week, then that is just terrible defending. That's where I feel for Amorim." Altay Baynder should also have done better with Brentford's second goal, and the goalkeeping situation is perplexing too. They have brought Sin Lamens in, but where is he? The Red Devils have won just 2 of their opening 7 matches across all competitions, and sit 14th in the Premier League. They have recorded just 7 points after also finishing 15th last term. Ahead of Sunderland's visit to the Theatre of Dreams, talk mounted over the risk to Amorim's position should United be defeated. The Black Cats have made a promising start since returning to the Premier League, winning 3 and drawing 2 of their 6 games. Speaking to NBC Sports, David Ornstein suggested it is far from certain Amorim would be sacked after a loss, as long as the result wasn't too severe. There is an expectation he will keep his job. It is said United retain faith in the Portuguese, who is determined to turn the club's fortunes around. Both parties know results must improve, but the squad is also noted to back the head coach. The finances involved with sacking Amorim are claimed not to be a factor in any decision taken over Amorim's future. If a change is made, Gareth Southgate is not expected to be a candidate in any search. The 55-year-old has been out of work since resigning as England manager in July 2024. Amorim has admitted he is expecting a really tough match against Sunderland. The Black Cats were 1-0 winners at Nottingham Forest last time out. "It's going to be a really tough match. They are doing really well," Amorim said. "And then, when you see the games, they draw with one less player in the final moments of the game. They draw, get 1 point, and then they win in the final play against Brentford to get another 3 points. I think the details are changing the table a lot, so we need to pay attention to that. It's a team that plays really well. It's a clear 4-3-3 system with a lot of rotations in the side of the pitch. They are confident and they know that we are going to be under pressure and we need to be able to play with that, and we are prepared for a tough match."